Thank you very much for coming. The Deputy Secretary General has just held talks with the Ambassador of Japan, and will start this morning with the Ambassador delivering a letter highlighting his government's contribution of $20 million for the ANSF literacy projects. And the Deputy Secretary General and the Ambassador will make short statements. Deputy Secretary General.
Thank you. Good morning. Ambassador Yokota, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to NATO headquarters this morning. And it's a particular pleasure to thank you on behalf of the Alliance for Japan's generous and continuing support for the Afghan National Army Trust Fund. Your pledge of a further contribution to that fund is a very important pledge at this time, and our gratitude goes to the government and the people of Japan. Creating effective and educated security forces is the key to Afghanistan's future. And together we're already achieving results. Over 85% of the training of the Afghan forces is now carried out by the Afghans themselves. This shows that Afghanistan is increasingly able to build and maintain its own forces. That's vital for a secure Afghanistan, one that will be able to stand on its own 2 feet after 2014. I expect that this will be a central theme of the Chicago summit in May. But we all know that Afghan forces will need our support for the long term. That's why NATO set up the trust fund, to which Japan has just made an important contribution. And indeed, Japan is already one of our most important contributors. Today's offer of $20 million to support long-term literacy training is the 3rd donation that Japan has made to the fund in the last 3 years. Literacy training is enormously important. It improves the quality of the security forces. It strengthens society against radicalization and corruption. It helps the economy to develop and diversify. And it gives recruits a new sense of pride in themselves and their forces. NATO and the people of Afghanistan alike know how valuable Japan's support really is. And that support is all the more welcome because we know the challenges that Japan faces at home as it continues to recover from the March 2011 earthquake and tsunami. The donor conference that will be taking place in Tokyo in July of this year is just another testimony to Japan's commitment. So, Mr. Ambassador, as our meeting today showed, Japan and NATO have a lot to do together, and our relationship, of course, goes well beyond the work that we're doing in Afghanistan. The foundation of our relationship is our shared values and the common security challenges that we face. Speaking for NATO, we remain committed to continuing to enhance our political dialogue and our practical cooperation, and to strengthen our partnership even further in the future. Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Thank you very much, Deputy Secretary General Vershbal, for your kind words. Today, I'm very glad to inform NATO of Japan's latest contribution to NATO's efforts to assist Afghanistan. It consists of $20 million contribution to ANA Trust Fund for the execution of its Afghan National Security Forces long-term basic literacy training project. This new contribution is a testimony to Japan's unwavering commitment to Afghanistan, in spite of the budgetary pressure that the government of Japan is struggling with as a result of the catastrophe that we have suffered last year. Improving literacy is not a new area for Japan, as we have already given literacy training to 460,000 persons under our own program and under UNESCO's. Now, with this contribution to the ANA Trust Fund, 35,400 persons in ANA and ANP, Afghan National Police, will be able to get basic literacy training, a crucial element in improving the effectiveness of the Afghan National Security Forces. And before closing, I would also like to express the government of Japan's willingness to collaborate further with NATO. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you very much.